Hi, good morning. I'm Tim, and welcome to Selfless Awakening, where I like to ground all of the spiritual stuff, talk about it from my own experiences and the experiences I have working with others around these tools, these insights. Today is day 16 of 30 days of awakening, and I'm doing a 30-day series where every morning I wake up and I get still, and I ask myself when I'm deep in my meditation in the morning, what can I talk about to be of service to others? What insights can I share? And I ask, and then ideas come to me, and I talk about them. So I'm looking at the camera that I'm putting the video up on YouTube with right now, and I'm also going to be looking over here sometimes because I have a live Instagram set up, okay? So you might see me back and forth a little bit, okay? So here we go. Hello to those of you joining in. Hi, Jesse. Hi. Okay, here we go. Topic of the day. Don't tell the universe how to give you what you want. Don't tell the universe how to give you what you want. Okay? This is a law of attraction video. All right? This is deepening into the practices and techniques of how to use the law of attraction in your life. And this is a really important one here. There was a time on my spiritual awakening journey where I didn't really care about the law of attraction that much because I had tapped into what I believe to be the deepest truth that anyone needs to know to be able to have a life of freedom from suffering, a life of bliss. I thought that I had learned that, so what else was there to learn? And that thing I had learned in particular was the ability to identify with the constant deeper self, the non-physical self, and no matter what thoughts come in my mind, no matter what emotions I'm feeling, no matter what my body's doing, I can always go to that blissful place and make peace with everything. And I thought that once I figured that out, I'm like, well, what else is there to know? Well, this is where the law of attraction comes in. I realized after that spiritual awakening that life is not meant to be spent sitting still, staring from a park bench at the world and just call that a life. I realized there's a lot more to experience in this human adventure than just blissing out in nothingness. So, on my return back down from the mountain and back to life and civilization, into this world of form, this world of stuff and Instagram and videos and relationships and clothing and people. As I came back into this world of form, I realized, okay, well, if I'm going to be here, let me use some of the laws of the universe that are existing in this world of form. And the biggest one of the biggest ones is the law of attraction. And I've been doing a lot of experiments over the years with the law of attraction. And the law of attraction, it's real. It's absolutely real. Go for it. Try it. Do the experiment. So I'm going to talk about that, how you don't want to tell the universe how to give you what you want. All you want to do is deepen into what you want. And I want to get into this a little bit, okay? Here's an example. Let's say that, hold on just a second. Let me just check some comments. I saw some things coming in here. I just want to see. Funny comments. All right. Welcome. Good to see you, Zach. Welcome, everybody. Okay, cool. Feel free to leave comments if you want or any questions, but we're talking about law of attraction, all right? And how you don't tell the universe how to give you what you want. And here's a classic example of what I mean by this. Let's say you're looking for a relationship, and you're dating and you're looking, you know that you want to meet a partner that fills you with joy. You know you want to meet a partner that you can be happy with, spend time with, be intimate with, have a connection with. Great, you know that. Law of attraction, you can put that into the universe. You can put that out there, right? Nothing wrong with that. Now the how the universe delivers you this person, that's where you have to be careful, because what the ego can do is the ego can say, and once you become aware of what you want, if it's a partner or if it's a job or something like this, your ego will start to say, okay, I want a partner, and here's how I want it. I want to meet this person on a date. I want them to be well dressed. I want them to drive me in their car to a beautiful place. I want to have a nice bottle of wine, preferably Cabernet from 5 to 10 years ago. I'd like this person to have this. I'd like them to have a nice, clean-cut hair, whatever your hair preferences are. It's like, that's the how. You've taken the universe in this situation, instead of giving the universe an opportunity to unfold for you and allow the universe to order circumstances and reorder things and make events line up in such a way that you can have what you want. Instead, your ego goes in and tries to micromanage it and tell you exactly how it should play out. And in the telling the universe how you want this to happen, what you've done is you've put a limitation on how you're able to receive the thing that you actually want. Because the thing that you want is a partner. You want, like in this instance, you want a partner. You want someone to love. You want to feel supported and nurtured. How that person comes to you and exactly what they look like, that you need to surrender to the universe. That's not your job in the law of attraction. Okay? That's not how it works. The more that you narrow your bandwidth, so specifically, the more you narrow it, the less you're likely to have the thing you want. Okay? The mind loves to categorize. The mind loves to say, it's got to be exactly this way or that's not what I want. But the reality is, most of the things we want are pretty general. We want to feel good. We want to feel abundant. We want to feel peaceful. We want to feel love. How those things come to us, that's what we don't worry about. The content, the content and process of the way that the universe delivers these things. We focus on holding the vibration of the state of being that comes with the things we want. Okay? Now, that being said, it doesn't mean that you can't attract specific things to yourself. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having specific desires and specific things come up that you're attracting to yourself. But even then, be careful to not get too specific on how that thing could come to you. For instance, let's say you want a 2019 red BMW convertible, okay? Let's say that's what you want. It's okay to have that desire. It's okay to fantasize about it. It's okay to have the steering wheel in your hand and do all of that stuff. But you can't get hung up on the how. How the universe is going to give you, well, let's see. I think I'm going to get that BMW if I did a commission here. If I did that commission, then I think the universe will give me the opportunity, because then I'm going to be able to have at least this much money, and then I bet the universe will give me this, and then I'm going to use that. So universe, I can't wait for you to give me this and give me that and give me this and give me that, and then that's going to lead me there. Like, that's not how it works. And this is kind of a way that I think about it. Like, think about it in a very personal level, in a very think about the energy of giving and how, have you ever noticed there are some people that it's really easy to give to? They almost feel like you just want to keep giving them stuff. They have this this graceful receptivity to things, to life. They're very good at receiving, and they're very grateful in their reception. Have you ever noticed that people like that, you want to give more to them? There's something like, you just feel compelled to give. But then people that are too, like, I want this, I want it like this, I want this, and 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 then that, and it's like they have this kind of, egoic neediness to their desires, and almost a neediness to their desires. There's less of a feeling of wanting to give to a person who's in that state of being. Have you noticed that? Some people are just, They don't have an energy that feels easy to give to, right? It's the same thing for the universe. Imagine the universe was a big person, and the universe wants to give to the people that are graciously receptive to receive, who are open. The people that do have desires, but they're okay with things working out the way they work out, and they'll go with the flow, you know. Someone who puts out into the universe, I want love. I'm open to these things. I'm open, and I don't know how you're going to bring this to me, but I'm open to the genius of your creation in the world. I'm open to whatever pathways you have to show me love, you know. And that is a much easier state of being to be in. That's a much easier state of being for the universe to give to you than a state of being where you are telling the universe how to give you exactly what you want. We can't let it, it doesn't work like that. At least it doesn't work like that in my life. There has to be this sort of generalization and stepping back, okay? And now, another point I want to make is there are going to be some times where you feel pretty clear that you know what you want to manifest. Like you're like, I want this. I'm clear. And in the style of Abraham Hicks, you know, she talks about launching rockets of desire up into the air. It's like you've launched a rocket of desire of what you want up into the universe. However, it's not working out for you. And you have a desire, and it's just not working out for you. And you're like, what? I want this thing. I want it, you know. Why is it not happening, universe? Why is it not happening, universe? There are a couple different ways that we can block our energy. But sometimes it's not even that we're blocking our energy. Sometimes we don't even want what we think we want. You know, for instance, like I talked about the red BMW, 2019 red BMW convertible. You may think you want that, but you may think in an intellectual level, maybe an egoic level, yes, I want this red BMW, that's what I want. But however, on a deeper soul level, you may not actually want that. You may not really want a convertible. You may not want to deal with a foreign car. You may not want to have a red car. You may, you know, on one level you may think you want something sometimes, but on a deep soul level it's not an actual heart's desire. And that's the way the universe really works with these desires. It's like the universe will take, it seems, this is my experience, will take some suggestion from the voice in your head, from your thought stream. But it really takes suggestion from your emotion, from how emotionally connected you are from a heart level to the thing that you're looking to attract to yourself. Okay? So the details, the nitty, like the specific, the very real world way that the universe delivers you things, try to stay as far away from that as possible. And look at the things you want. Give the universe an opportunity to surprise you and delight you in the way it shows you how to give you, how it can give you what you want. And it can, you know, and be more zoomed out if you can sometimes with what you want. It's like abundance. I'm attracting abundance. All I see is abundance in my life. Abundance, abundance, abundance. And the universe is giving it to me in all sorts of ways, ways I couldn't have possibly imagined. Okay? So if you can find a way to stay in these deeper, a little more zoomed out places of desire, that really helps you give the universe the opportunity to surprise you. Okay? Let me just read a couple of these comments here. Yes, watch what we ask for. It may come to fruition. That's true. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we want to really be mindful of looking at what we, yeah, exactly what we're talking about, and how that attracts. We do try to control our law of attraction. Absolutely. That's so common. Yes, very good. It's so easy to try to control and hijack our law of attraction. What is true in your heart? Yeah. What are gifts you have been blessed with? Okay. Yes. Beautiful. Yeah. So this is, you guys are, seem like you're pretty chimed into this idea of heart. You have to want what your heart wants, okay? And like I said, one last thing, don't be afraid to want specific things. Very specific things are fine to want too. It's just this idea of the how it may come to you that you need to release, okay? It could come to you in so many different ways, and our creativity, our minds are very limited in their ability to see sometimes the possibilities of how things can come to us. Our mind is very unable to see all of the possible avenues that the universe can deliver things to us. And I have to say, the more I do this experiment, the more I am truly amazed by how the universe continues to bring to me the things that I'm attracting. And it's very rarely in the way that I think. Very rarely in the way that I think. For instance, the business right now that I'm working with, the vocal school that I've created that's been growing so much, I couldn't have possibly imagined that this is how it was going to grow. I just knew it was going to grow. I thought it was going to be all of these classes, and it was going to be here, and then it was going to be there, and I thought that this was going to happen, and that was going to happen, and the things that I thought were going to happen didn't happen. But the things that did happen were way cooler than I could have even thought about. And so if I was really hung up on forcing the universe to say, no, I want success from my business with all of these classes, and I want the programs to look like this, and I want it to look like that, and if you don't give me success in this way, I won't feel successful. The universe, in my experience, I've found doesn't respond well to that kind of energy. The universe loves to give grateful people things. People that are just okay with nothing, but giving them something just fills them with joy. Like that's how the law of attraction seems to work for me, which totally, like I said earlier, it makes perfect sense in alignment with this idea of you want to give to people that are gracious. You want to give to people that don't have all of these, I need it like this, I need it like this, I need it like this, I need it like this. Like, it's not fun to give to someone like that. It is fun to give to someone that says, I want love, or I want an iPod. I don't know how I'm going to get an iPod, but it would be awesome to have an iPod. I'm at peace with not having an iPod, but universe, if there's an iPod out there, I would be happy to receive it, but I'm okay with not having one. Like, that person's energy is much easier for the universe to give things to, okay? So, that's the idea. So the idea is, the big message that I had today to share was, have desires. Shoot, as Abraham Hicks would say, rockets of desire up into the universe. Be okay with that. We're here in this world of form is all for creation and creating things. And desire is one of the desire is the catalyst for creation. So don't be afraid to desire things. Just don't hijack it with your ego and tell the universe how you're going to get it. Okay? Be delighted by how it unfolds instead of trying to make it happen. That forcing energy, that make it happen energy, that's the ego at work. That's the thing inside of you that's trying to find happiness where it will never find happiness. It's that force in you trying to make you happy, the forcing what you want energy. This is a flow game. And if you think you want something and you're putting it out there and you're putting it out there and you're putting it out there and the universe is not giving it to you, then really examine that desire and really get deep into, maybe there's a block, you have a block to the desire, maybe you have some fear that's sabotaging it, or maybe you don't want it. Maybe you thought you wanted it. Maybe you thought you wanted the big house. Maybe you thought you wanted to run a company of 200 people. You know, maybe you thought you wanted to play in the NBA or whatever. But maybe that's not actually what you want. So don't be afraid to, like, if something's not manifesting, that's okay. That's really okay. There's something to look at there. Okay? But don't tell the universe how it's going to give you the gifts. Right? Okay? All right, yes, difference between greed and desire. Interesting. Yeah, let's see. Desire to help others. Let me read some of these comments here. Okay. I did a business but failed, and how can I get confidence to do it again? Okay. Ooh, that's a great one. You tried a business and it failed. And maybe tell me a little bit about your business and how it failed. Like what happened? Like what kind of business you were doing? If you can leave a comment in there. That's okay. You know, when we try things, sometimes we're going to try things and they do fail, and it hurts our ego. It hurts our sense of worth, our sense of self. And let's talk about that for a minute, okay? I've had similar things happen in my life. I'll talk about one aspect of my business that you did a hotel business. Okay, yeah. You did a hotel business and it didn't work, huh? Did you invest some money in it? You want to try again the same or another business? Okay. What do you feel was responsible for your business not working, Hari Prasad? What happened? While he's answering that, I'll talk about my experience a little bit. So, I had this idea when I first started the business of expanding, instead of just being a private voice teacher, but having a staff of voice teachers who teach my approach to singing, and then having a support staff with schedulers and social media people and all of this stuff. In that beginning phase, I was doing a lot of experiments, and one thing that I was really excited about was to do these musical theater workshops for kids where they design their own show. I thought it was a great idea, and in the doing of the idea, we were successful. We had several classes go, but it was so overwhelming, and I didn't have the energy to keep up with the classes to give them the quality that I wanted. And as time went on, it was really clear that I had to stop these classes, that it was clear that the universe didn't want me to be offering these classes, but that the universe wanted me to focus on doing the private voice lessons. And just doing one-on-one lessons instead of doing all these crazy group classes and being overwhelmed with the organization of it. It became really clear to me that that was what was the path for me with the business I'm working with, and that was hard. Like, I had in my mind, I was really holding on to the idea of this is what the success in my business needed to look like, and once I saw that those classes weren't at the level that I wanted, they weren't at the quality that I wanted, I was embarrassed, I was bruised, I felt insecure about the idea of maybe doing other classes or other group things, and I had this fear inside of me a little bit of like, well, what if I mess up again? What if I fail again? And I have to say, that's okay. Like, there's something, here's how I think about it. Like, there's something to learn from our failures, big time. And there's something kind of painful when we're to let go of something we've been trying that wasn't working and shift to doing something that is working. Like, that takes a lot of maturity. That takes a lot of self-awareness. That takes a lot of centeredness and listening to the universe, and learning how, I would say, as far as like doing advice, giving, as far as your question of, feeling you were like you want to start a business again, but you said your business failed, and it wasn't work, and you're kind of insecure about starting it again. What I would encourage in that situation, what I'd encourage for you is to deepen into surrendering your next business adventures to what I call intuitive guidance. And I'm going to do a video talking about that a little bit more. That's kind of a whole separate thing. But the idea is, if your business if you're feeling fear about your next business ventures, or you're just feeling fear about taking any career choices, things like that, that means that your ego is involved with these next steps. That means that the part of you that you don't want making decisions is making decisions. Okay? We have to get to a place where we're tapped into what I call our intuitive guidance. Abraham Hicks says when you're in the vortex, when you're in this place where you're having ideas that are intuitively the right next thing to follow, and the more that you tap into your intuitive guidance and you're not ruled by fear, the more your business will flow in whatever direction it's supposed to flow. If you are in a place of fear about starting a business and fear of doing your next venture, then what I would encourage you to do is do the internal work first before you do any next steps with your business. Don't start another business until you feel really tapped into an excitement and an intuition about what to do next. And get yourself to a place where you're excited again. Get yourself to a place where you're getting intuitive guidance about things to try, right? And it may be that this job, this business that failed, this hotel thing that you were doing, it may be that this business was not what you were supposed to be doing. It could be that this wasn't your intuitive path to be following this business. Like, it could be that the universe was setting you up for failure to teach you that you should be on a different path, that you're not actually following your true heart's desire. That would be something I'd look at too. And if you do go on another venture, then this is where your spiritual practice is so important. And I have to say, so many people like to talk about spirituality and talk about all of these tools for the universe just to get stuff. It's like, I'm not happy with what I have. I don't really want to deepen into surrendering to intuitive guidance. I want to use intuitive guidance to get what I want for my ego. If you ever try to use spirituality in that way, it doesn't work. You have to surrender everything. Every piece of success you ever have in your business needs to go back to the universe. It's not yours. You can't own it. You can't own anything here. So every choice we make from a business standpoint, if you're not sure what to do, the next step is to go deeper, to go more inside with your focus, and to align your inner energy with what you really want. And when you're in the right internal state of lining up what it is you want, everything external flows. If the inside's not lined up, the external does not flow. It's like you're banging your head against a wall, okay? Let me read a little bit more here. All right. Yeah, you're meant for something better that leads to success. Yeah, it's so much of it's about reframing it too. Failure is a perception. If you think about business failures sometimes, like, my battery's getting low, I got to stop soon. Think about failure isn't even real if you look at it the right way. The way I think about failure is, I think you have to try something to realize that that's not the path for you. It's like, as a music producer, sometimes I'll work on a song and I'll spend 10 hours tweaking a certain part of a song and getting it all perfect. Then I realize, wait, I don't even like that part of the song. And there's one voice in my head that can go, well, you just spent 10 hours working on it. That sucks. But no, I needed to spend 10 hours working on it to know that to know that this isn't the path I need to be on, So there is no wrong path. Everything that happens to you that you perceive, everything you've tried that didn't work, is a chance for you to learn for your next steps. So there is no such thing as failure, and that's really important to get to that place. Let me see. It's good to reflect on the good and the bad in our business and to find the golden nuggets for next adventures. Yep, great advice. Very good. If something worked in the past, it might need to evolve. Yes. And then Rebel Hippie Soul said, I would say, Hari, to ask yourself if it was your ego that wanted to create a hotel business or your spirit. Yep, I was talking about that. Sometimes we try to create something from ego to make our families happy. Very, very true. It could be that the hotel business is not for you. Yep, tap into spirit. Yes, absolutely. Really want to be independent. Okay, you mean meditate more? Yes, meditate more. Definitely. Meditate, that's a key. And meditate, boy, I feel like this video is getting so long. Yes, meditate more. Tap into intuitive guidance. That's the key. Tumble you, yes, great comments, Jesse, talking about Tumble you. Yeah, if you're a business person, a business entrepreneur, watch Tom Bill You. He's an amazing channel, amazing stuff. Really interesting people he talks to. Oh, good advice, Jesse. Thanks for chiming in. Yay! No such thing. Good. Okay, wonderful. All right, here we go. I've been on for over 30 minutes here, and I think we've gotten through there. Thanks everybody so much for chiming in and leaving your comments, and beautiful, beautiful stuff. Law of attraction is real. It's magical. Don't tell the universe how to give you what you want. No such thing as failure. Your heart, chime into what your heart's desire is. Be okay with doing experiments, and if the universe doesn't give you what you want, that's okay. Maybe you didn't want it, or maybe you weren't ready for it. Flow. Do these experiments, okay? Sending you all so much love and support. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 17 of 30 Days of Awakening. Isn't this fun? I'm telling you, what's better than sitting around talking about how to feel better, how to create better lives for ourselves, how to have more joy and happiness, and isn't this exciting? We're all part of the next evolution. We're part of the next level of human consciousness. As Abraham Hicks says, we are the leading edge, cutting edge, leading edge, I think she says. So anyway, sending all so much love to you guys. Have a beautiful rest of your day.